All right.
All
Let's
right.
do it. Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hi. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Be Uplifted. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew.
Oh, that's a new sound effect. I like it. Season 4 sound effect.
Season 4.
I have to get used to being on the microphone, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, we're back.
We're back.
Yep.
We're back. And
Unfortunately, we're not whole.
all back. And for anyone wondering, Lonnie is still part of the podcast. She's just, she's dealing with some stuff right now. So she is on a little bit of a hiatus, but she will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're really,
but
really
us
sad.
but us being good friends, we're like, fuck it, we're gonna go record without her.
Yep.
That's totally what we decided on as wonderful friends. That's how we're like, fuck it.
That's actually how the conversation started. And then we're like, oh, yeah, we'll just use this as an excuse to
No, that's not true, guys. People.
And we want to apologize to the listeners. I know people have been asking me when the next season's going to start. It's a little delay. I mean, a little bit of like stuff that was happening. The studio was rented out for a whole month and we couldn't do much because, Vince has to pay for
lifing.
Yeah, and Vince has to pay for all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I paid for more stuff, though.
Yeah,
shit comes first.
Then we bought more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're still in debt.
Yep.
That's so bad, but it's true. So we're here. We have not given up on the podcast, guys. So everybody's like, "Are you guys done now?" I'm like, "No, we're not done. We're still here."
Yeah, we're back. Actually, technically, we recorded last week too, but we didn't.
We also don't know when this episode's coming out, so.
No, yeah, we do. We do.
We discussed it actually. We're officially live. When is this episode coming out? Let them know.
This
They're going to be watching it
episode,
already.
You're
But
going to be watching it.
It comes out right now.
It's going to come out on Monday, the 19th. So if you're watching this, today is Monday the 19th.
yes.
Yeah, happy 19th, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
That part.
Yes.
Yep.
So how you guys been?
Pretty good.
I guess that's how we should start, right?
Yeah,
Do a little
I mean-
recap of the team and see how everybody's been doing.
I mean, I've just been busy. I've gotten more reptiles.
Oh my gosh, yes, let's talk about that. You are now a fully reptile dad. Tell us what animals you have now.
I have.
He's in a real relationship.
Oh, that's,
He
I mean,
would-
he was
Yep.
at the end of the last season, but now we're like full blow.
Right.
Yeah, because they got things together that they have to take care of.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's how you know.
That's how you know, right? Like it's almost like having kids but not kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we have one crested gecko, one gargoyle gecko, one leopard gecko, and the newest addition is our new milk snake.
Oh, you got a snake.
We got a snake. We call him Bihon.
What's the name of each of your babies, if you don't mind me asking?
The crested gecko, Butter. Because he's missing his.
Oh, those aren't the names?
Is
I was like, why would you give them a last name of what they are? They didn't know that. I was like, who gives pets a last name?
Yeah. So the crested gecko is called Butter because he's missing his tail, and crested geckos don't grow their tails back.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. So they look like frog butts, so call them Butter.
Oh,
okay.
that's cute.
Then we have our red stripe gargoyle gecko, which we call Rose Red or Rosie
Oh,
Okay.
cute.
because he's like red, and our leopard gecko is called Littlefoot
Why?
because he looks like a little dinosaur.
Oh, that's so
Right.
cute. Stop.
Even
That's
though
so
he
damn
really
cute.
doesn't, but
Littlefoot's my favorite too. Of
Really?
of the movie, yeah.
and then we have the milk snake. We call him Bihon.
Why? Bihon?
Bihon like a
Oh,
noodle.
I thought you said bihorn. So bihon.
Bihon like a
makes
noodle.
sense.
Yeah. So yeah.
Bihon is like a Filipino noodle, by the
Yes.
way, guys.
Yeah, so but that's what I've been doing.
So just reptiles we've started with so far. So a little bit low maintenance for the.
well, I mean,
So not like a full blown dog yet or anything.
no, because a dog you got to feed every day.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
And
a little
like,
bit.
fuck, man. Like then you got to walk it. Then you got to make sure.
No, it's a lot.
At
for
least the
sure.
reptile, I can go 2 days without feeding it. I mean, or else they get fat anyway. But just miss their enclosures, make sure their poop is clean, and I'm done.
Do they have to have like a heat lamp, like how some reptiles
No,
have?
on the geckos, on 2 of the geckos they don't because they're from New Caledonia.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're more like it's a like room temperature 75 degrees.
Oh, okay.
75 to 80. It's humid, so you spray it with the enclosure with water to create the humidity.
Oh, okay.
The leopard gecko. The leopard gecko basically it needs a heat source, but it's more under like a belly heat. So I just have a heater for it.
Are they in separate enclosures?
Yes,
Or is it
yes.
okay?
They'll eat each other.
Oh, I don't know anything about reptiles, so that's why
your
I'm
son
asking
wants
a lot.
a reptile.
Well, that's also, by the way, why I'm asking, because my son has expressed many times that he wants a reptile, specifically a gecko. So
Okay.
I have all these questions.
So I would suggest getting him a crested gecko. The intern number 1 is here today.
Yep.
You get a crested gecko because it's a lot easier to handle.
Okay.
Right. And let me know if you want one. Right now they're like at 50% off at what do you call this? At PetSmart.
No way.
Yes.
Okay, this is
So
the
like-
time.
It's like,
I'm gonna
So use the
surprise
code BABES50
yeah.
at PetSmart.
But yeah, no,
Check out.
but if you I'll try to get them like really small. If you get them really small, I have a temporary enclosure for it. It'll last about a year.
So I think I asked you this last time, but I don't remember. We have like a tank from his old fish. Is
No.
that not? You can't use
No,
that.
because they're arboreal, so you need.
Oh, that's right. That's what you said. They have to go down.
You need
Okay.
up and down. So
I see.
But I got you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hook that up.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so excited.
Because you just put like paper towels in the bottom so you see it poop. Then the food is like a mix. You just mix it and then it's like a little.
What do they eat?
It's like a powder. Then you add water to make it look. It seems like you make it like ketchup consistency.
Oh, okay.
And then you just feed him. You know.
And you don't have to do it every day. So that's a nice like a responsibility to add to his little
Yeah.
chore list.
Yeah.
That's cute.
You just got to clean up the poop and everything.
So each one of those have their own enclosure.
Yes.
None of them can be combined,
No.
or does it's like by species or
Yeah.
like type? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because one is more desert. One is more.
Don't come for me, guys. I know that I don't know a lot about reptiles. Okay.
Yeah, so one's more tropical, one's more desert, and then you have the snake that eats anything.
right,
So
right.
reptiles are racist?
Yes,
Okay.
highly,
Okay. I just wanted to-
very, very.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've been doing that.
What about snakes? Do different kind of snakes eat each other?
Yeah, so king snakes generally will eat any. So people, people are always scared of rattlesnakes, right?
Yeah.
But they're generally food for almost any snake.
Oh, so they're the ones that are scared of all the other snakes.
Yeah,
because
so
they're the ones being
like
eaten
California king snake, Mexican black king
Wow.
snakes, all those big snakes, they generally eat rattlesnakes.
the most. So are there snakes that are like when people go, oh no, that snake is harmless, like
Yeah.
like that's real? There's snakes that won't poison you if they bite you.
Technically it's not poison, it's venom.
Oh,
Because it's poison if you eat it and you die.
okay,
But if they bite you and inject you, it's venom. They're venomous.
okay. So that will hurt
Yeah,
you then.
yeah. But no, it's like in California, it's only really the rattlesnake that you're concerned about here.
Okay,
Right, different versions of rattlesnakes.
that's good to know.
But yeah, no, like a ball python. If your son ever wants a snake,
It's not happening.
Oh.
I'm not letting him have a snake. I'm so terrified of snakes.
no, I mean they're docile. They just feed them once a week.
Oh,
That's it.
really?
Yeah, like a little rat.
So I have this traumatizing story with a snake and rats, right? So my brother had a pet mouse, right? And we didn't know at the time because I didn't know that they're asexual, right? So they breed with each other, right? So he goes, I want a friend for my mouse. So he got a second mouse, not knowing that they would breed, right? So long story short, there was so many fucking mice that we didn't know what to
Right.
do with. And our friend that owned a snake goes, oh, I'll take some of the mice to feed to the snakes. And I was like, okay. That made me sad, but I was like, sure, no problem. Makes sense, right? So we go there and we have all of the mice like in a bag, right, for him or whatever in front of me without any warning.
Just take one and dump it.
No, he took it and started banging it on the floor to kill them first. I was so traumatized because he just started taking the bag like as if it was like candy in like a bag and just starts slamming it against the floor and you just hear the mice, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then he drops the dead mice
Yeah.
in the fucking, the enclosure with the snake in it. And I was like, you could have warned me. Shit.
Yeah. But you do that for the safety of the snake.
Yeah, that makes sense now after the fact, but not knowing what was going on, I was like, oh my God, that was a lot in like 3 seconds that you just did right now.
Yeah.
I was traumatized.
So my snake, he only eats frozen thawed. So every rat that we have is frozen, and you thaw it out and then you feed it to him once it's nice and thawed. But that's what I've been doing this whole time. It's like raising my little family.
So how did you guys decide, I want reptiles? Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so our first date was to the zoo, and I took her to the reptile house.
Oh, okay.
And but I didn't know like it was that. Then we started talking, and then I was like, "Oh, I really like my dream is to have reptiles, but I don't have room." She's like, "Well, we have this bearded dragon at my house. We have this room," and all of a sudden it was just like,
reptile. Oh, so she already had a reptile, so it was like right in your lane.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And I was
so
like,
cute.
Okay. Then we started talking more about different types of reptiles, and now we have our little zoo.
That's so cute. And you said that your girl like loves like animals in general, right? So
Yeah.
Like,
So right now at her house, there's the lizards and then the snake. There's a bunny.
Oh, there's even a bunny. How
There's
cute.
a bearded dragon. There's 3 turtles.
Aww.
And all sorts of fishes. There's like a couple fish tanks around the house.
That's so cute. I
You
love
can
that.
pluralize fish.
Fishes. Can you?
Can
No,
you?
can't. Don't you just? You only say that when they're owning something.
It's
Like, oh, whose watermelon is this? Oh, that's the fishes.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but you don't pluralize fish like Chinese. You don't say Chinese's.
Oh.
So it's just fish, whether it's singular
So
or
in this
plural.
hiatus, Vince has become a scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm impressed, Vince.
He's
What
not
else have you learned?
Collar. My collars make S's.
Okay, so besides the family and the new love, so okay, how long has this new love been official, if I may ask? And this is okay. If you guys have been following us for a long time, we talk about this because these two were the single guys for like the longest time talking about. Well, not so much Rich. He wasn't as toxic as this one, but definitely like not looking for love. And here it is.
Yeah, I take none for the team. That's my policy.
It's gonna be close to a year now
Wow,
Crazy, huh?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
because we met around my birthday, K-pop night, by the way. Which
Nice, so fitting.
We met. Did I tell the story of how we met?
I don't think so.
So-
'Cause I know that the last season you were very hush hush about starting to date because you wanted to make sure, like I don't want to talk about anything because I don't want to jinx anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that I went to K-pop night with intern number 1, and I'm only using the interns because she doesn't want me to
The names, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so I went to K-pop night at intern number 1, and then I was sitting at the bar because I was there first, and I just got a drink and I got food because I was getting ready for to dance the night away.
Yes.
But anyway, and then she comes up, she sits next to me and she's like, "Hey, you're Rich," and I'm like,
Well, I have good credit, but I mean, like,
hey, but like sometimes that happens because of the podcast or
Right.
whatever. It's like, "Hey, you're Rich," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Well, I do this, I do that," and I'm like, we kind of have the same mutual thing with the military and whatever. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm one of my friends," sorry, beep that out.
Okay, we're gonna cut that part out.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Oh," and I turned around and intern number 1 was there, and then we just kind of like talked. That's how we met. And it was like right after my birthday on K-pop night.
Would you say that you felt the chemistry instantly?
No, but it was easy.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
not like not like you're,
No, I know
you're
what you
easy,
mean.
but it just seemed like
Natural.
Yeah, it made
Yeah.
sense. It made sense at that time.
for those of you who are on Patreon, I will tell you what intern number 1 said as an introduction for intern number 2. I don't think you even remember this.
No, I don't even remember.
I'm gonna have to watch
Oh, yeah.
so I can find out myself.
I don't know.
It's not something that I can say right now in this podcast.
Oh, that's why. Dun dun dun. No, I'm just kidding.
But but no, and then we decided we just would talk like texting or whatever, and we was like, let's go to the zoo, because the zoo, little hack, if you're military, is free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Completely free, not even discount.
Yeah, and I just walk in
Nice.
and just show your ID and walk right through.
Oh, crazy.
You don't even have to go get a ticket.
Damn.
But so I was like, oh, cheap date.
Nice.
And then we went to the reptile house, and I was just like, and most people are like, most females, not most females, but there's going to be females that are going to be kind of sketchy around.
Right. Not into it. Yeah.
But she just didn't like asking questions. Like, I'm like, yeah, this the Philippine sailfin. By the way, you got to watch that if you're Filipino. You got to go to the zoo and check out the Philippine sailfin lizard.
Okay, now I'm gonna go because that's so cool. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
Yeah, and then we just chill and talk about and it just from there it was
just flowed easy.
Yeah, flowed
I
easy.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then when did you realize you loved her?
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay, first let's start there. Has the L word been dropped?
Yeah, but we'll discuss that in a future
A different
episode.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
But it has been dropped.
Yes, because I don't want to take up too much of our time.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Sorry, reeling it back in.
Yeah.
guys.
So what have you been up to?
A lot of things. It's been it's been tough, but I don't want to talk about those things. It's been okay though. I'm here surviving, living. And I think that's also why, because I feel like even in one of our last updates, I was talking about a lot of shit going on. And I'll just say this, whenever I think things are going to calm down, some other shit pops off, and it's been tough the last year, especially the last 2 years, but the last year especially has been really tough. I actually really appreciated the hiatus that we had to take, because I honestly don't think I would have been able to do the podcast. It would have been a lot of cancellations, a lot of like breaking down on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay. I'm living,
That would have gone viral, though. See, we missed out on an opportunity.
I know. I mean, I
use
think
your trauma for clicks.
What's crazy is I've seen some people we've talked about it before, like some people online that like go on and start crying and like talking about their story, And although I do find it like, oh, cool, I'm not the only one like alone, right? Or like I'm not the only one going through shit. I think about that. I'm like, maybe I should share my story, but I'm like, fuck, I would never be able to. Like, I feel so weird. Like,
well, what's weird is like when I'm editing, I go, when do I stop?
Yeah.
When do you cut?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you just keep letting this go. Like,
right. It's like, even then, like people that cry online, I'm like, how do they know when to like, okay, this is enough now. It's just an interesting thing. Cause I do feel like on the one hand, you want to share personal stories and things that people can relate to when they're feeling down and alone. But on the other hand, I feel like oversharing can be detrimental to your healing too, like, because people have their opinions and their judgments and things like that.
Yeah, but then you have to be cognizant of your partner, whoever else is involved, your family.
And that too, yeah.
That,
so that too.
You're like, you're going to bring that now. It's out to the world. How does it affect them?
Right.
And will how they react to it now become a barrier between the two?
That's a perfect way to put it, because that's also something I've thought about too. Like if I do share this, it doesn't just affect me, it affects the people involved, So that's a good point. But I'm okay. Like I'm grateful because I'm here and we're doing it again, Like I honestly feel like the podcast is part of my outlet from those type of things. So I'm happy that we're here again. And we're good, we're surviving, we're thugging it out.
Yeah,
thugging it out.
We woke up on the right side of the dirt and breathing.
That part. So I can't complain because of that. What about you, Vince? What's new? How's it going?
How many podcasts are you on now?
I think I'm starting 2 more.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. But I'm on this one, and I'm on the Bang Bang Hour with Party Like a Mother.
Yeah. It's funny because he just randomly like, oh yeah, I was doing a podcast with so and so. I'm like,
oh yeah, the one yesterday too. I forgot about that one.
But I wasn't cheating on us. No, I'm just kidding.
For the guy that hates his podcast, he's on all of them.
Because he makes the comments that make people like, hey, I want to say something to that.
Yeah, I guess. But as far as our hiatus, I've learned that all of the knowledge that I've been dropping, I should have listened to it. Yeah, I should have kept my guard up, because if you guys don't know, I work at an entertainment establishment, right? And I was just like, okay, I should just not believe that any of these girls like me.
Yeah.
Just because that's how they talk. They're in an environment where they're supposed to flirt and everything like that. So when they call me babe and whatever, I just like, oh, she's just being nice.
Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
Exactly.
You got caught with your pants down.
No. I was being nice to some girl, and then apparently we were in a relationship for a little bit. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. You got caught with your pants down.
So it was just weird because, like when they're nice to you, they're just next to you and they're like, oh babe, you're so funny, blah, 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 this and that. But the fact that like I'll be across the room and then in a crowd of people, and she just yells out to me, and she's like, "Babe, you're just gonna walk by and not say hi to your girl?" I'm like, "What the hell?" And like announcing it to the whole club, and I'm like,
and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm in a relationship."
"Hi, yeah,
babe."
You're like, I don't even know your real name, Winter.
yeah, exactly."
Destiny.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened, and still in the process of. I think I have to break up with her. I don't even know. I'm not sure if like protocol calls for that. Like what?
Or you could
You never asked her out to begin with, so why would you break up with her?
But she thinks that they're together because they have a babe-ish relationship.
I guess.
I mean, did you?
Sow my oats?
Yeah.
No.
See.
Yeah. So that was like weird. So.
You know, I have a similar.
Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Yeah. No. No.
Hell no.
No, because we've.
I?
No, we've
Done other things?
There's. Nothing happened.
Camera, did you catch the eye roll?
No, nothing happened. Like. Nothing that counts happened. Yeah.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Nothing that counts.
Yeah.
I had crossing my legs while she sucked my dick.
So, do you want to know what's funny? Is I do like hear this whole like you have to be careful, right? On the girl's side, like if you flirt too much, a guy might think that you're into him, right? But so I have a funny story. Ackright, there's a couple of these girls that he worked with, right? I'm not going to name what bar or anything like that, but he assumed that the girl that he was talking to and this other girl, he thought that they were lesbians, right? So his guard was down. He was like, "Babe, this and that," and they were babing him and that and this and that, you know, and he'd come home and tell me about it. "Oh yeah, you know, they went to go visit their girl at Pride and this and that." And then fast forward to me meeting these people, right? And I was like, "Oh, they're really sweet. I love them." He's like, "Yeah, I fucking love them too. Don't you love them?" Like, and they're all hugging and like whatever. Come to find out they're not lesbian at all. And he was like, "Oh shit, what if they took everything I did? What if she likes me, babe?" And I was like, "She probably does." Like he's like, "I'm fucking reassessing everything now, and I'm realizing that I might have crossed the line and she probably crossed the line a few times, but I really thought she was gay. Like I thought she was just being like nice." And I'm like, "You're so fucking stupid." And he's like, "I guess I just misread it." And I thought, and he goes, "Well, when she said that, you know, me and my girls went to Pride, I thought that meant like her and her girlfriend and the girlfriend's girlfriend." And I'm like, "But I say that about my friends. Like, oh, me and my girls went to so-and-so."
Yeah.
And he was like, I misread it really badly, guys." So I was just like, "You're so dumb." So it's just an example to make you feel better, Vince, that it's not just you. There's many people that read things the wrong way.
No, I think I've actually come to the conclusion where a lot of the girls that I talk to there, I'm just gonna tell them, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend likes that,"
There you go.
or "My boyfriend has that."
So you don't want a girl. You want to shoo them away.
No, you see how many cameras I bought? You think I could afford a girlfriend?
I don't know. I'm still not convinced. We're going to get to like season 6 and Vince is going to sing a new tune, you know, like, "Oh my God,
We're gonna
I
get
love
to
her."
season 6 and find out he has a sneaky link.
I know, right? No, she's going to show up on the fucking comments like, "Motherfucker, we were together last night," or something like that.
Yeah,
Still getting over this pink eye.
Exactly. All right. So you have a new spot. You bought lots of cameras, still no girlfriend, busy with the studio.
Yep.
I'm glad he's DJing more though.
I know.
'Cause that's really what he wants to do.
So can you share with
I'm-
our people where you're at a couple nights out of the week?
I'm actually sad that I'm DJing for people. I have more fun when I just do it for myself. But
You've
I
said
mean,
that before.
I'll enjoy it. I have fun. I have fun at the club that or the hookah bar that we go to.
Yeah.
Which is Fusion every Saturday in Mira Mesa. So if you guys ever want to come through and we can make fun of each other face to face, because I do bring a microphone and I do talk on it.
Yes.
But
Rich and Vince are there. So for all of you fangirls out there that have been wanting to meet these two men this whole 3 seasons, they're there.
But I have to become the one thing that I was always hoping that I wouldn't become, which is
An MC?
a strip club DJ
Yeah.
because, yeah, there's no DJing involved. But
Strip club DJing has a lot less to do than with DJing than it does with like lights and the lists.
well,
and,
the thing
like,
is that I gotta talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Tasmanian Devil or something like that.
yeah,
And I always make fun of that because I have friends that are DJs and they get on the mic, but then as soon as they're in the strip club, they sound funny.
they have to sound different for
Yeah.
sure. That's like Ackroyd. I make fun of him all the time. I'm like, oh, you gotta put your strip club voice on.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
There's been times when we're like there for $2 steaks, and somebody's like, "Who the hell is on the mic?" And I'm like, "Anthony."
Yeah, I think
They're
it's,
like, "Oh, why you sound like that?" I'm like, "Well,
He has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the act. Yeah.
yeah, they switch personas. All of a sudden, it's like that lifestyle song. I'm like, what the hell is he saying?
Yeah.
You know. But then like I messed up because I always make fun of them, and then I picked up the mic yesterday because
You had to train.
oh yeah, I have a stripper wife, but
Oh, nice.
but my stripper wife was on, and I was talking on the mic, and I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
coming to the stage right now."
Come on, to the dollar now.
There's just something about it. You have to bring out that side of you. That's very, very
Yeah, I was just like, that's very interesting. But
true. Never say never. That's what I always tell people.
You know what I want to know. I want to do though. Like when maybe next Tuesday, I'm gonna show up and listen. I want to listen to.
To his
Yeah.
I know. I'm so interested to hear that because, like I said, the first time I heard Ackroyd's voice, I was like, "That's weird," you know. And no, so now I want to hear yours.
what
to
if it's
hear-
like my sexy Lonnie talk? Like when she gets on the
Hey.
pole, and I'm like, whoa, down the pole, yeah.
I don't know that would bring in many people.
You just have like a squeaking like sound, like
Yeah.
a quick, like a squeegee.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's why Ackroyd says he enjoys, like, he obviously enjoys the bag and like the having the job, right? But he's like, I very much appreciate like my outside gigs more because like I actually get to DJ there, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like, and I don't have to put the weird voice on, so I get it.
Yeah.
It's different for sure.
Yeah, because I you know, there was one mix that this girl wanted. She asked for I think it was like Bartender, T-Pain,
Yeah,
and then Picture Me Rolling by Tupac. I was like, those don't go together.
yeah. I was like, whoa, that's a really different.
Yeah.
Vibe, that's
I was
crazy.
like, you're very odd. And then there was another one where it was something alternative, which was weird because everybody was listening to hip hop all night. But prior to that, it was like who is it? LFAO or LM
LMFAO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the I'm sexy and
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I was like, what the hell?
And that's another thing. You have to learn to like cater to all the dancers like requests, and none of them match. None of them match. I experienced that too, where I went from like hip hop, and then this one girl at the club over at Pacer, she does like all hardcore alternative, like that like old school rock vibe, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just like
Like
you know,
Vaseline, like
yeah.
one time the Vaseline we are.
Yeah. Like what the like, oh my gosh, that was a switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that in the back. I'm like, somebody's playing under the bridge. You're like under the bridge. Like,
Even on my birthday, right, how we did it at the strip club, I had two of my friends approach me because they knew Ackroyd was DJing, and they're like, can you tell him to play, like, why is he playing this music, you know? And I had to explain to them, I'm like, he doesn't get to choose freely unless the dancer says, you pick, you know? They get to have the request because they're the ones performing, and they're like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, it's not like that here, you know? Like, it's a little different.
yeah, sometimes they'll play like K-pop groups that are like squeaky clean.
Yeah.
I'm like, this group would never play at this.
You're like, what the hell? Yeah.
Like,
it's
don't you know the
interesting.
lyrics? The lyrics telling you to pray.
They don't know the lyrics. They're just liking the sound. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my
No,
God.
but one of my homegirls, she's a fantastic person. I've done some like side gigs and stuff with her too. She challenged me to challenge her, so I told her to play Sade, and
Oh my God.
she danced to Smooth Operator, I think it was, and she killed it.
Nice.
She's like super sensual, and she actually
I love
stripped.
that.
She was the first stripper that I've ever seen strip.
Oh, okay.
And let me explain this. I've been to like strip clubs and girls will take their top off,
Oh yeah, but they don't actually.
but they
like-
don't actually strip. No,
Yeah.
she put on a show.
I love that.
It was dope as hell. And I was like, I was really appreciative of that. she had a blast, and people super made it rain on her. So I was like,
So
all
you're
right,
like,
cool.
I told you,
Yeah.
made it work.
Yeah, I was like,
Love
meanwhile, I'm like, thank God that worked.
That's awesome. But because that is like a really sexy vibe. That's almost like something you would do behind closed doors, like with your man, like a sensual like type dance, you know? So that's cool that you were able to translate that like on stage.
Yeah, that's what I do with my man.
Hell yeah.
Ain't that right, Rich?
Intern number 2, he's cheating on you with
She knows.
I was going to say, does she know already since because of the podcast?
Yeah, you know.
So
When
yeah.
it comes down to me and Rich, she's cheating. She's getting cheated with.
That's a better way to
Yeah.
put it.
Okay.
Are you doing the math?
I'm like, oh,
He's like, that time didn't count. That time was only the tip. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
yeah. It's very,
Yep. He's exaggerating. It's not that big.
So while you guys were out, did you guys have anybody ask about the podcast? You guys personally?
all the
Yes.
time. People
Yeah.
are like, when's season 4 coming? When?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Here you go, mother.
Yeah.
Season 4.
But doesn't that make you guys feel good? Like, oh, people actually give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, you know, like people would tell me, oh, I finally started listening, and I was just listening, and we're season 4, and I'm like, you know, they kind of like at
Yeah.
that point, I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's coming, and then we decided it was gonna be
Later.
earlier in the month,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then things
happened.
happened, and then we were like, oh, then I touched celebrate. Actually, no, it's gonna be next week. Then the week after. Then I'm like, at the end, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so for those of you wondering, when I have posted a couple reels here and there, why it says coming soon is because we didn't know how life was going to go, and we were very much trying our best. We'll
Yeah,
just say
we
that.
didn't know when soon was.
Yeah, exactly. But now we know. August 19th, it's here if you're watching this.
Yes,
And
soon,
we are back.
Filipino time.
And if anything,
that
go
part.
back, go back and watch those reels, and it will be more accurate.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had somebody approach you about the podcast and you weren't sure if you knew them already or if it was because of the podcast? Because that
Yes.
happened to me a couple times where they were like, Ari, what's up? And I'm like trying to like, shit, do I know this person? Do I know this person? Have I met them before? And I'm like, hey. And then they'll say something like, oh yeah, I watch you. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. I don't feel so
Oh.
bad. Like,
Also,
I have restraining orders for that.
and not to say like, oh my God, they recognize me, but I genuinely feel bad. I'm like, oh my God, how do I know this person? I have a terrible fucking memory, you know? And then they
Yeah.
mentioned the podcast and I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
so what's crazy is that you know, I told you guys I interned number 2 and I met a K-pop night,
Yeah.
which was a Friday night. The next day was Cuffin, so we went to Park and Rec, and I was walking up to meet them at the corner, and intern number 2's cousin was like, "Hey, you're Rich." Like I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
and she's like, "We listen to your podcast all the time."
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wait, have I met this person?
Yes.
Okay.
She's been here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was supposed to be.
Yeah.
She was like Lonnie's friend that was supposed to be.
Oh yeah, she's gonna guest with.
Yeah, so which is crazy because then it became like a full circle.
Yeah,
like, we all
that's-
knew each other.
I know.
There's old
Small
pictures of them,
I know that's right. Okay, I know what
Yeah,
we're talking
yeah,
about now.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
but yeah, and then yeah, it's like then at Park and Rec, there's always people like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "Wait, do I know that?" That really did because they didn't watch it. You need to watch the podcast.
We're actually kind of funny guys, so you should watch it.
We're preaching to the choir.
That's what everybody says. They are like, oh, we love your podcast. You guys are fucking hilarious. And I'm thinking to myself like, we are pretty funny, but I wanted us to be like meaningful too. But
Hey, we're meaningful in a good way.
yeah, no,
Good
no, I
points
know, I know.
sometimes.
Sometimes there's some shit there that's smart.
Yeah.
Watch season 2. I said some smart things.
Season 2, we got to go all the way back to
Yeah.
season 2.
I've been on a dumb streak lately. It's just toxic and dumb.
No one's dumb on here. We're just all special.
Special Olympics.
Yep.
So, special. Oh, segue.
Segue.
Speaking of, that's something that we should discuss some current events.
Well, yeah.
stuff.
Well, you know, the Olympics is done, and we won 2 gold medals.
Wait, it's done?
Yeah, Olympics is done.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
the closing ceremony and everything. But Carlos Yulo from the Philippines won 2 gold medals in gymnastics.
Yes, he did. So one was for floor and the other one was for vault, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. I feel like Philippines is starting to, because before it was just Pacquiao, right? It was like, oh yeah, I know Pacquiao, but now it's like Philippines is on the map. I'm like,
excuse me, Efren Reyes.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao. Who else is there? DJ Qbert.
yeah, but like not like world. I mean, okay, no, that's
You're like,
insulting to
yeah,
me.
Well, I just named it world
Yeah,
champs.
I know. I was gonna say they're world champs. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that back. I'm sorry. I did not mean to insult you. But not everyone is like knows about DJing. You know what I mean? So that's the thing.
right.
Is like I feel. Well, I guess not that not everyone watches the Olympics either. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
No, I think there's some prominent Filipinos, but a lot of them are like half too. Like
That too. Yeah. Did you see the Miss Philippines, the one that's like the first black Miss Philippines that won
Yeah.
or something too? So there's another triumph, but everyone said she was half too, right? I think she's mixed, half black, half Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Most Miss Universe Philippines have been half. You know,
yeah.
no full.
But even then, she was very light skinned. So I'm like, you Philippines, you're trying, but you're not quite there yet.
I mean, the Philippines. I mean, you know, the whitening products. But
Yeah.
no, we actually won 4 medals altogether in the Olympics. We have
Yes, because we even
Carlos
had
Yulo.
2 women kill it in the thing, in
boxing.
boxing.
In the
Yeah.
thing.
In the thing. I was like, Olympics,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were in boxing, so that was good too. So,
I know. That's crazy.
but I know we were talking about it earlier, and you were like, "Yeah, man, that guy gets all these gifts."
Oh yeah, so I brought that up because I was watching a couple of videos and they were saying that like the Philippines has raised the standards or other countries should raise the standards to the way that they treat their Olympians. So I was kind of picking their brains to see what they thought about that, and Rich actually had some couple interests. He's like, "We'll save that for the podcast."
Yeah.
But he had
Well,
some opinions.
to run it down, I mean, he's getting 20 million pesos for his 2, under the Republic Act. I guess it's the country gives that to you. Then another 20 million from the office of the president. Then 14 million from the House of Representatives. But aside from the
So
money,
a shit ton of money, guys.
Yeah.
But there's more.
he'd get a fully furnished 3-bedroom unit in McKinley Hill worth about 32 million pesos.
Whew.
About like what, 900,000?
So it's still a pretty penny.
About $100,000. I'm not good. I don't know with the currency exchange rate. He gets a new Land Cruiser.
Which, by the way, in the Philippines, it's not like here. It's not common for everyone to have a car. So that's also a big deal in the Philippines.
Yeah, and then
Oh, I would want a Land Cruiser.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing for Vince. Vince would like this.
a brothel.
Lifetime. Right. He probably could with all that money. Lifetime free buffet from the Vikings.
Oh,
Yep.
dope.
I guess so. It's a restaurant. Lifetime free pizza from Pizza Hut. Lifetime free you don't get free ice cream, but he gets free ice cream from there. No, he better.
That'd be
Better.
crazy.
2 Jollibees?
No.
Oh,
He gets lifetime free chicken in Asal from Mang Inasal.
Dang.
Oh, that's so good. There's actually not.
What's the colon one? That's the one that I was like, he gets free colon cleanses or something for the lifetime or something.
he gets a
Colonoscopy. Yeah, because
It doesn't say anything on here.
okay,
It doesn't-
those in the video that I watched, they were like, he even has lifetime clean colon, and I was like, what does that
Yeah,
mean?
just get one bidet. That's sure.
It's like, what
He's
the
like
hell?
lifetime free ambulance service. But come on,
Okay.
let's do better.
Interesting.
So I'm curious to know like what other Olympians receive from their countries, since they're saying that like he's raised the standards. Because obviously there's like a shit ton of money and a lot of free food in it.
I think it's because it's 2 golds in a sport that's more. You don't want to say anything bad for. I forget Hidein. I believe the weightlifter that won the first gold medal 4 years ago.
The girl, right?
The girl.
Yeah.
Wait, it was 4 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago. Last Olympics.
I thought
3
it was
years.
this year.
No,
Okay.
it was,
No.
it was-
Yeah, because I thought it was 2. I was like, oh shit, we won
yeah.
that
They changed it from 4 years to 3 years. That's why it seems so much shorter. But
Is that what happened? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because of COVID and all that stuff.
That makes
So
sense.
but nothing against her, but her win, while her win is like exceptional, it raised awareness in the country, and she got stuff. It's not gymnastics.
Yeah.
You know, gymnastics has more
Like
eyes and
Right.
lenses on it. So
Exactly.
it's more of a sport that people watch.
makes sense.
And, And yeah,
But the funny thing is though is that I know a lot more weightlifters or bodybuilders and stuff that are or females that are interested in that than they are in gymnastics. Because all of the girls that I know that were in gymnastics, they're
Not weightlifting.
they no longer do that. They're all either weightlifting or they're just full-time moms that kept in shape, kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, from Olympic point of view, gymnastics
Definitely.
is going to have more.
That's true. Because even as a child, I remember watching gymnastics in the
Yeah.
Olympics and not really watching anything else.
I mean, I wanted to be a gymnast.
Yeah.
I was going to say that too. I still remember I wanted to be a gymnast. I would practice gymnastics and then I ended up getting really bad scoliosis. And my mom thought it was because I wanted to be a gymnast.
Oh,
She's
you're
like,
tumbling?
Yeah. She's like, you're making tumbling. Your back is like that. I'm like, that's not why, Mom, but okay.
Who did you grow up watching?
I'm having oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. The black girl, what's her name?
Dominique
Dawes. She was my favorite. And then there was a white girl that was also my favorite.
Carrie Scruggs.
No. I liked her too, but no.
Oh, Tara Lipinski was ice skating.
I have to think of her name because it was always Dominique Dawes and then this white girl that were my two favorites. I can't remember her name though, and I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, mine was like, I wanted to be Bart Connor. I mean, so this is like 88
Yeah.
Olympics. Mitch Gaylord.
Okay, see, I remember that name for sure.
yeah, because the name, like Gaylord Twist, remember the whole, like, his anyway, yeah, but,
I'll look that up later. Sorry, guys.
yeah, so he's getting all this stuff. And in what we talked about also is like, yeah, people are like, yeah, he's, he's kind of, what were you saying? Setting the bar,
Setting the bar,
supposedly. which is great. I think he deserves it, rightfully.
Yes.
But I'm saying, what I was saying too earlier is like, where's the support leading up to the Olympics?
Yeah, so Rich made a really good point about that, and like tell them what you said about how other countries they're already sponsoring them to give them the support, whereas like
Right, yeah. So the other countries like like China has like an infrastructure, the Beijing circus or whatever, however what of like actually getting their athletes ready with the proper equipment, proper facilities, proper coaching.
right.
You
They
know,
actually
to
see
get
it
them
as
there.
something worthwhile.
It's not like oh great you won, and you don't want to take anything away because winning a gold medal is
a big deal. Yeah.
it's I mean I could never win a gold medal.
Yeah.
But I'm saying just imagine if you had that kind of talent and you actually were supporting that talent, how many more gold medals have we already won?
Yeah.
Should we have already won?
I agree with that. I feel like this opens the door for like the next generation to be able to say like to their parents, I want to be a gymnast now, because before in our culture, it was like if you weren't a doctor or if you weren't a nurse or something, it was like it wasn't taken seriously by anybody,
Yeah.
So like to go with what you're saying, that support, even starting from home, how many more gold medals would we have in the Olympics?
Well, I mean,
Not just-
especially because gymnastics is such an expensive sport.
Right. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
good point.
people forget. People think, oh, you just have a gym and you're gonna go tumbling there.
No,
but you
yeah.
have to travel.
Right.
You're from the Philippines. You know,
Yeah.
it's like even in the U.S. You're at Caroli's or whatever in Houston. Then next thing you know, you still have to travel somewhere for a meet, and it's all out of your pocket, your parents' pocket.
And coming from a third world country, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, but even in the U.S.,
Even here, yeah, it's true.
it's still there's still a lack of funding. Like, what does the United States what does the USA committee do to fund their team?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Right. So you have Team USA, but this Team USA, all the money that they get, where does it go?
Yeah.
Where does it go?
Yeah. Because even you were saying you made a good point with that earlier with like even like the break dancers of like Japan, right? Like they have sponsors already.
Yeah, like the breakdancers in Japan, like sponsored by Red Bull, sponsored by Nike, sponsored by like a hotel, and it's like, why don't we get that kind of love too?
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
Good point.
I mean, how do you guys like the breakdancing though?
Oh my god!
Speaking of
So let's talk
breakdancing.
about the breakdancing. Did you see the breakdancing, Vince? Have you watched any of?
I thought I was watching breakdancing, but it turned out being like some chick that was doing a tutorial from the 80s. This is hip hop.
Okay, so what's her name again?
Raygun. Rachel Gunn.
Put in the comments if you guys saw her performance and tell us your thoughts on it, because we's about to tell you ours. What did you think about it, Quia?
Well, okay. First and foremost, how do you score breakdancing? They never explained it. I don't think you scored. I think it was just like, did you like it? Did you not? I don't think there's actually a point system, right?
Well, they said that she didn't score 1 point.
But but there's no point system.
But I think there is, though.
Wait, are you saying officially? Because there is point systems in breakdancing competitions.
There is?
Yeah.
Like how do you I mean
I don't know it personally.
So it's kind of like you're judging the level, I believe, of how you think their execution was, their style. You basically get all of these things, like their originality, the execution, the style,
there's also technicality, like people who can do flares as opposed to like popping, you know.
See, so that's where it becomes. That's what makes breakdancing hard, right? Like I think that's what makes judging it hard, because it's so subjective. Like her version of breakdancing might not be your version of breakdancing. Because when I was watching, I was,
like, everyone's version of breakdancing was the same except for her.
No, because when I watched all those other people, and I was like, I was expecting Beat Street kind of breakdancing, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was almost like there was. See, I can't do it, right? So I can't really talk shit. But from my point of view, it's almost like these are gymnastic routines. There was really like no like how you would like with the dancing and then like the popping.
Yeah.
And then you get.
I see what you're saying.
It was almost like, let's get over here. It's like
a mini floor routine almost.
Yeah. It's like going to like 3 style, like DJing, right? Like Red Bull 3 style, and all you do is scratch the whole time, like, and but there's no soul to it.
Yeah.
But how do you really judge that?
So do you feel like she had soul in it, and she should have gotten points?
I just feel like at some point, like, it's her interpretation of what breakdancing is. And it's almost like people just kind of catch on to the whole. It's still like going back and saying like, oh, I remember breakdancing because, I remember watching Turbo and Beat Street or whatever. But you didn't see that there either. Yeah. You know what I mean? You didn't see that type of breakdancing. The type of breakdancing we grew up watching wasn't at the Olympics.
I mean, I agree with that.
You saw parts of it.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, there's parts of it.
But it wasn't like. It was more like, let's do like 70 flares and then balance on my elbow kind of thing.
But I think that's part of the problem, right? She defended herself in saying that, like, same thing, right? Like, breakdancing is a form of expression. And then she defended herself saying that, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I know she has a bunch of accolades, right? Like, oh, I'm a professor in this. I have a master's in this. And, it's about the way that I express myself and interpretation. But I think there's like specific things that people look for in breakdancing, like actual dancing, or like the top rock, or like maybe a couple of like little flares, things like that. And I don't know. I just feel like personally, she didn't really do any of that. Like she was kind of just like, okay, this is how I know that she has no skills, right? Because in my opinion, I'm so sorry.
Wow, this went completely the other way that I thought it was going to go.
This is why, because there is literally like hundreds of videos on TikTok of people duplicating her routine and being like, me prepping for the Olympics. And then they're like doing a parody and they're doing step by step everything she does to prove that it's that easy. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm like.
But did you watch? Okay, so. Did you watch the full performance?
Yes.
Yeah, you actually watched the full.
Yeah. So because I was curious.
Because I mean, there's sometimes you could edit it to be like.
Right. So I watched the full thing because I'm the type of person that's like, I want to see it from her point of view. Like maybe she does a couple of cool shit, And the whole time was really what everybody was copying. So I'm like, damn, girl, I can't even fucking help you here. Like I can't even fucking side with you. I wanted to be like women power, like go her. But when I watched it, I was like, okay, for example, like the I don't know if you saw it, but she does this move where she's like hopping like a kangaroo.
The kangaroo hop.
She's literally hopping like a kangaroo. So a lot of people are making fun of her. she defended herself saying, okay, well, because it's expressive dance, I wanted to represent Australia, and the kangaroo is near and dear to my heart, so I decided to do the I'm sorry. I can't even take it seriously because it's just like, and I get that, but it's like, she like, I don't know. I just can't. I can't take her seriously. Like,
I just think that there wasn't like, it wasn't so, like with gymnastics, right? It's almost like this is what you're going to do. And you're going to do this routine and then like for the floor exercise, you have these standards that you have to meet.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't really watch it, so I'm sorry if if I'm making shit up, but I didn't really feel as though there was like those guidelines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So if there's, I just feel like sometimes like the like people are just so like people like hated it, like people like really angry. Like I'm like, relax. It's
okay. I was never angry, but I see what you're saying. It's like relax.
Like relax. It's breakdancing.
Yeah. Well, there were videos surfacing talking about this is how she qualified for the Olympics, and they showed like a lot of her like videos like leading up to the Olympics. And I think that's what confused me even more was because they showed other dancers because I fell down the rabbit hole, like watching the other dancers. How did they freaking qualify, you know? And they were like doing like legit tricks and things like that. And every video that I watched of her, so I'm wondering like, how does Australia qualify you for the Olympics at first, right? And then I looked at the male. Did you see the male that was doing the Olympics breakdancing? He was really good. Like he did all the things that you would imagine a break dancer to do. So I'm like, I don't understand like what bar, like what you said, it's kind of subjective, right? So I'm like, I'm confused at like what they were like, okay, yeah, that's enough to qualify for the Olympics with her. But then with the male, he was like way above what she was doing, It was just weird. I'm like, I don't get what the qualifications are because she didn't meet any of them in my eyes,
Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of like
minus the knowledge. I think she had everything written on paper. Like her resume sounded good, like when she started naming her accolades and like all this research she's done and this and that and how much she's watched. I was like, okay, so you have a lot of things that you can list, but like skill wise, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
So on paper, so like what you're saying is, watching the video is not going to be as good as reading the book about her breakdance performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
She was basically like a non-practicing surgeon.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
You have all the diplomas on the wall, but I don't know. Buddy.
Yeah, you put her in and you're like, fuck, I'm going to kill somebody.
I mean,
it's like that.
okay, so playing devil's advocate, I'll say this, that I think that the internet always wins.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that people are too hard on her, but I think that she also, it was good that we made an example out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but the publicity that breakdancing got from that.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, hey,
It's like what they say, right? Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
So she did bring more light onto breakdancing, that's for sure.
Right.
Although there was a lot of people talking shit, like in some of the videos, it was like, when the fuck did breakdancing become a sport? This shit is not a sport. What do you think about that? Do you agree with that?
Well, my only problem is like, how do you score it?
I'm gonna look that up.
Well, okay, so it would be the same thing as a figure skating routine, because whoever executes like the triple axel.
But is that how they scored it at the Olympics?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like
I was sick that day. So,
like I mean,
I don't know.
Like
But it can be scored. I mean, there's breakdancing competitions, so
Yeah.
there has to be a way of scoring it. And it's like, okay, what about breakdancing does not qualify it as an Olympic competition or sport?
Okay, I found it. Wait, were you?
No, I'm asking you guys.
It says, how does Olympic breakdancing scoring work? And it says, a panel of 9 judges score each battle, and every round is based on 5 criteria: technique, vocabulary, execution, musicality, and originality. Each category accounts for 20% of the final score. So that's also subjective though, right?
I mean, like
musicality and like, I guess I see what you're saying too, Rich.
So it's like, it's almost like, okay, so I don't know if it's, because it's a versus battle, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's like, hey, your level is not the same as this person, so this guy gets a point for this. It doesn't mean that she did bad.
Yeah.
She just wasn't better than the other person in style. So that person gets a point out of the 8.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy gets a point out of like technique.
This person has
point.
more. Yeah.
So it's not that she doesn't get. It's not that she did bad. Is that she wasn't better than the other person in how the points are.
In the verses. Yeah.
So it's not like at the end of the day they go, oh, you have a total of 56 points because we're giving you 3.5 for style, 7.5 here. I think it's just a matter of who's better. Is how you. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you know anything about breakdancing, please break it down.
Because there's no way you don't score any points for being out there. Like
that's true.
Yeah, it's like taking the SATs. If you spell your name right, you get 600 points.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, like if she's doing the kangaroo, somebody goes, "Oh, that's pretty creative," because she's drawing back on Australia. It might not necessarily be like b-boy quality, but instead of, let's say, 8, we're gonna give her a 4.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So there's no way that she really scores 0. But I think it's just they're going
versing it.
I think they're going versing like you get the point for this, you get the point for that. But it's just 1 point. It's not necessarily like
that's also scary too that she beat anybody in one category.
Yeah.
I don't know how she would have scored that point. Because by that logic, somebody had to lose that point to her.
I mean, she
right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. I mean, we don't know enough, but yeah.
But it is hard. I can understand where Rich is coming from because there's no measurable metric in breakdancing.
Right.
Right? You can't have a definitive thing. Not like shot put.
Yeah.
Like wherever it lands, that's where it is.
Well, like in gymnastics, right? So you're gonna have like, okay, so in part of your routine, you have to have a flare.
Yeah.
Now, are you doing 20 flares or are you doing 1? You know, if you're saying your routine is gonna include this trick and this trick would involve a flare and then a head spin, but you only do the flare and not the head spin, you're deducted a point. It would make much more sense if it was that way.
But I don't think that there's particular criteria on that, just because if you think about it, one of the categories on it is like originality and vocabulary, which is basically like how many different things that you could do.
Yeah.
So yeah, you may not stick to the traditional because like doing a windmill, that's basic. Head spins are basic. Flares are basic. Those are all basic moves. But the way that you do them could be completely different and interpreted different ways. And the way that you execute it, you know, and originality is a big thing. If somebody does something dope for like the whole routine and we can't name any of their moves because they made all of them up, they would definitely win.
Yeah. I think that's what she was going for. She wanted to be original and she made a bunch of her own.
She was original, yeah.
Got to give her the originality thing.
I mean, I don't know how she got there, but she got there, and then hey, I know that people are just like they were mocking her for everything because I know that she was wearing her tracksuit, but everybody else changed to something else like streetwear. But she wore her tracksuit.
So did the male Australian though. He wore his tracksuit.
Yeah,
too.
but I think that was a conscious effort by the Australians to not necessarily go street, but more like a team effort.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, God, you know, she looks like a housewife going for an afternoon jog."
Yeah, she does.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I just think that as Vince says, the internet's always gonna win.
Yeah,
and I think at some point you just, if you love breakdancing that much. And it appears that she does because she's a professor, she's a lecturer, she has PhD.
Yeah, exactly.
In breakdancing. I don't know how you get that, but hey.
Yeah.
If you love it that much, do you, boo?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't,
No, I'll be honest with you. I think that at this point in my life right now, she probably did better than I could do.
Yeah, but you're not trying out for the Olympics. So I know I'm being harsh, but I'm just
okay, that same energy where it's like, oh, we're gonna give the Philippine champions this and this and this.
Yeah.
I
have the same inspiration, thinking, dang, she could get to the Olympics. I have hope.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So it's like let's say you move it to the DJ side, right? So you have let's say Red Bull, the 3 style. You do 3 style with no scratching.
Okay.
And it's just all blends.
Okay.
I mean, but a lot of people would say, "What the fuck is that?"
That's not DJing.
No,
Yeah.
DJ Puffy did that.
No,
and
I'm
he
saying-
won, world champ.
No,
But then the criteria for that is 3 styles of music.
No,
So
but
I understand that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's almost like somebody's gonna look at that and say that's not breakdance. That's not
there's
DJing.
definitely gonna be people that are like that. But at the same time, you know, that's not the metric that it was based on. It was based on 3 styles of music and the way that they put that together. Yeah. Now, if you took those same songs and gave it to Melody would have killed him. You know.
I mean,
because it's Melody, the way that he does things, and I think that just goes to show that the more you know and the better that you can apply it, the better off you are. Like I've heard Puffy scratch; he's not bad, he's not Qbert, but he's not bad.
I mean, he probably does better than me. I don't know. The only thing I scratch is my butthole.
Yeah.
But okay.
I'll give her this. I'll say something nice. I watched some of her videos just out of curiosity when she was doing like breakdancing battles, like not in the Olympics. And they were better than what she showed at the Olympics. So that also confused me a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, I still think she sucks, but at least some of the other dance competitions that I watched her in or breakdancing, she kind of like
breakdancing.
She did a little bit, like she did some top rocking, you know, she did a little bit of like actual dancing. So I saw the potential, you know, that's why in my head I was like, why would you do that routine at the Olympics? And she said that she had took it over her. She's like, you know, part of hip hop is like the feeling, and that's the feeling that I got. And I'm like,
well, that sometimes people get
nervous.
No, it's not that they overthink it.
True.
So you want to be different, right? You want to create. You want to be like, oh, this my style is not necessarily like traditional like B-girl style. It's more interpretive dance style / B-girl. So you kind of overthink it, and you create this routine thinking you're gonna
kill it.
You're gonna kill it. You're like a game changer.
Yeah.
And it just falls flat. Hey, but you know what? You took the risk, though. I give her props for that. Yeah. You took the risk.
I mean, I have to give her credit because I couldn't do it, right? So I guess I shouldn't talk shit because you asked me to do that shit. She'd still do better than me, you know? But well, I'm not also in the Olympics, so whatever. I'm going to talk shit, you know? I'm not out there putting myself out there like that, so.
Yeah. I mean, hey. So, hey, and she, by the way, all you people that are watching, she's not the reason why it's not going to be in the LA games. It was chosen way before her.
Okay, really? So I was wondering about that.
So breakdancing can come in and out, so they can always add it. So I think Brisbane is the next one, so it's Australia. Oh. So after LA, it's going to be in Brisbane. So, I mean...
So she's gonna make a comeback, guys. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Yeah, but it could be included in Redemption Tour. Tour.
Maybe she's gonna come back and fucking surprise all of us and shit on all of us. You know, I will give her credit though because she's taking it gracefully. She is. Like I've watched a lot of her videos of her like response to everybody's criticism. Yeah. And she's explaining her way through it and talking about her different accolades and like she's not upset. She's whatever. So she's taking it with grace. You got it. That takes a strong person to do that. So
oh no, I saw a video of her and that was not done gracefully.
Oh really?
The dancing.
Oh, the dancing. Yeah. I was like, oh my god. At first, I thought it was a joke. The first time I came across it, I was like, oh, but it's not.
But she dances like Victor.
Wow. 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 Victor caught a stray.
Damn.
Wow.
So how does it feel to be back, guys?
Oh, it feels good. It feels good to have the first episode done.
Yeah. I'm happy that
I'm sad that, we don't have
Lonnie. So, the white side is a little lonely compared to the dark side.
We got to change the I don't put a cover on there. They're like black and white.
I know. What are we going to do when we have like Jasmine, and
she's going to sit with me.
Or who's super white and pasty.
You could sit in the middle and be a blend.
I'm going to blend us all. We'll get a super, one of our whitest friends on the end and then just slowly blend.
Yeah. Yep. I'm on the gray side. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm happy that we're back. I feel like we're a little rusty, but we're going to get there,
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Let me see. I posted something. Let me see if anybody answered it on the BUplifted story. Wow.
Shout out to intern number 1 for the cups. If you guys have not seen them yet, it says BUplifted.
Yep. Here.
So what I did was earlier, I view it on the thing. Anyway, I'm not going to deal with it today. I don't want to explain it.
So let's close like this. What are you looking forward to for season 4?
I'll just basically like more like topics like this. Like we can just like pull up like more current events, talk about it. Because, you know, let's be honest, we can only talk about relationships so much. And then, so different format. Of course, if you guys want us to talk about anything, feel free to comment down below on the Instagram, DM us or whatever.
Cool. I'm looking forward to the same, like talking about different topics, but I'm also looking forward to kind of reeling it back into some of the more uplifting stuff, which was like kind of like my vision for it, like having, and I know you guys are going to roll your eyes at this, you know, but having like some women on here talking about their experiences with like business or like being a mom, you know, like some, that kind of shit, you know, like empowering type stuff.
Man versus bear.
Yeah. I'm also looking forward to more, clippable comments from the peanut galleries over here. And I'm definitely looking forward to guests because I was actually thinking about that when I was driving, like different topics and like guests I would want to align with those topics. So that's going to be exciting. If you guys want to be a guest, please don't ever hesitate to hit us up in the DM. We are always open to new topics, new guests. If there's something that you're passionate about that you want to talk about, please let us know. Also, if you are a professional in your field, like a therapist or, you know, someone that actually has like a solid knowledge on a certain topic that you would like to talk about.
With a resume.
Yeah. Please go ahead and hit us up too, because, you know, I think that would just make our podcast that much better.
Yeah.
How about you, Vince? What are you looking forward to in the next season?
I just want to take it as it goes. I'm happy day by day. So
what do you think is going to be the toughest thing to juggle with your multiple podcasts?
His relationship.
yeah.
That's the first thing to go. Fuck
His
that.
love life.
Yeah.
His new girlfriend.
Yeah. My new girlfriend.
You gonna have her come? Make her feel
I
super
hope. I
efficient?
try to. I really try. I've used my fingers,
But you
my
said
tongue,
nothing
and everything.
happened.
No, that's why it didn't count.
All right. So to end that, how long did we go for? Is this good enough for an
hour?
Nice. Yeah. See, we still got it.
Yep. Still got it.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of season 4. Thank you for those of you that are still riding with us, even though we had the long hiatus. If you are a day 1 of ours, all the way back from our Twitch days, you're the real MVP. Welcome back. We're so happy to have you guys and looking forward to another full season with you guys. Anything else?
I have to learn how to edit again.
I know, right? And I have to learn how to find this time to do all the reels again. It's totally my fault. If you guys are wondering, that's my fault. He does well with the editing. I fuck up on the reels.
No,
all the time.
I just need them posted because I do them now. Remember? Or I'll show you.
You have to show me the new thing,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. Okay. Well, that's it for today, guys. Welcome back, and we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.